IRTS Live is brought to you by CDove HR Consulting Group, the human resources specialist, providing personalized service to building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Lifelong Medical Care, offering free vaccines for everyone 12 and over. Call Lifelong at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. Check out gdovedesigns.com to get t-shirts and hoodies that make a statement. Join DJs Big Russ and CJ Flash for the world-famous show live Fridays, noon to 4 Pacific. Catch them on the following social media platforms. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info@irtsshow.com.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing my CJ Flash impression right now. And thank you and welcome to a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. And here to tell you all about it is the man, the myth, the legend. That would be me. I'm Jerry Dove. Hey, how's it going, everybody? CJ will be with us as soon as he can. We got some gremlins in the system all over tonight, but we're going to work our way through it. I am your host. I'm Jerry. Let me bring in my friends so we can get this kind of started the right way. There is Ryan Nicole.
Dominus Ominous.
There, yeah, we need that tonight. And Dominus Ominous for real, for real. Dominus on for y'all.
Right, we all got to do it.
Yeah.
Dominus Ominous,
and
all
the
the things.
comedians that went to see the Pope this past weekend. Thank you for all that too. CJ is working on it, everybody. He will be here as soon as we can, but we're gonna carry on as we can. Good evening to everybody. It's Tuesday. It must be time to do this show. How's everybody doing?
Doing great, man.
How are you?
I see you representing the Bay Area Black Famous.
That's right. You know,
I see, appreciate that.
Some guy named G Dove put that together.
Yeah. Thank you very much for representing. You need that out in San Francisco. Russell Gatewood has got a great looking T-shirt on. I can tell already, but let's see a little bit more about it. Good.
It's less about
the
T-shirt. It's more about the hat.
We're going to do something about that in just a second here. San Francisco Giants.
The T-shirt is from our own collection, the Good Music Collection.
Yeah. And where can you buy those T-shirts?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. You can buy them at theworldfamousshow.com.
There you go.
Yo, and where can we get that Bay Area Black Famous?
You can get that at gdovedesigns.com, gdovedesigns.com, which, by the way, happens to be like right there. Boom.
Oh, okay. Boom.
All kinds of different shirts. It's concert season, so you can put up the soul and the R&B and all kinds of different things like that.
Look at you with the QR code. I see you, brother.
I got a QR code on there.
You can get this bootleg Panerai at the Ashby Flea Market.
Okay. We got all that working. We got everything. Ryan, you selling anything tonight?
I'm not, man. I just got on I got purple on. I'm trying to, be on the G Dove train.
That's a
match the logo, match the, the nameplate down there.
Hey, 1 week ago tonight, we didn't do a live show because Purple Cherry Productions, along with LaDonna Entertainment, did a great watch party for our own Dee Simon, who is on America's Got Talent. She killed it. Had a full house over at Jeffrey's Inner Circle. Thank you all for coming out and keep watching America's Got Talent, because Dee Dee's going to be back, and I'm feeling good about her chances.
Can you explain how that works? I've never watched the show. Is that a competition?
It's a competition show, but it's unlike American Idol. It's all kinds of things. I mean, they had a guy that was on a bicycle that was coming down off the roof of a house. They had another guy that was eating fire. They had people that were dancing. There's just all kinds of. Some stuff was crazy. Some
fire was like Mexican food, Thai food.
No, I'm talking about like burn a tattoo on you, that kind of fire. So it's all kinds of wacky stuff. The winner goes to Vegas, gets $1 million. And they go to Vegas and residency and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So they're in the audition phase now for a couple more weeks, and then they'll go to the live presentations of it in I think it's LA or Vegas, one of those two. So Simon Cowell loved her.
Yeah.
Everybody, they all loved it. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can go to America's Got Talent and look up Dee Simon. There's a nice 8-minute clip of her with her mom.
Just want to be clear on the spelling. Is it D-I or D-E-E?
D-E-E, Simon.
Got it.
There you go.
Like Simon Cowell. That's
like
dope.
Simon Cowell. Yeah, maybe that's why he liked it so much.
It's
is there another judge? Is there another judge with a D in their name or something?
Howie Mandel.
There you go.
There are a couple others. No, that's it.
All that matters.
All right, look, let's go ahead and get this thing started. But before we really get it started, and Ryan, I'm gonna have you do your thing after we do this.
Okay.
Just about a half hour, 45 minutes ago, we in the Bay Area, or for that matter, we in the whole world lost a legend, Mr. Willie Mays. We found out passed away today. 2 days short of this big tribute they were going to do in Alabama and Birmingham, and the Giants are going to go play there. It's the old Negro Leagues Park, the oldest park in the country, and they were going to do a big tribute to the Negro Leagues and pay honor to Willie Mays and all the other players. And sadly, he passed away today. I had to let everybody see this, so let's take a look at this for a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back.
Willie Mays changed the way the game was played. He is the most spectacular baseball player that ever played.
None of them could do what Willie Mays could do.
You had to experience it to understand what he meant. He was baseball.
He dominated the entirety of the game.
660 home runs, 12 gold gloves. He put out over 7,000 baseball players playing center field.
Willie was the leader of our team. I wanted 9 guys on that field to play together. Once we play together, we can win.
Watch him get it. Willie took all the black athletes and held them on his shoulders.
Here's Willie Mays, the first great African-American superstar to show the world that baseball is changing.
San Francisco accepted him as an athletic star, but not as a person they wanted to live next door to. He could not buy there.
He stated, I'm going to make changes by going out and being the greatest baseball player that I can be.
The epitome of Willie Mays was the famous catch in the World Series.
30 yards went to 40 yards, a little further.
And he makes a miraculous catch as he stops a step short of the wall.
That catch is one of the greatest athletic performances in sports history.
It's difficult right now to even try to explain to you how much I love baseball. I think we had what you call a love affair.
There goes Willie Mays, the greatest player to ever play this game.
Are you Willie Mays, the greatest baseball player of all time?
Yes, he is. Love Willie Mays. Got a shrine to him in my sports room here at the house. Really quickly, let's go around. Let's see what we can say about Willie Mays, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I know everybody needs to take a second. The first Black History Month paper that I recall writing was on Mr. Willie Mays. My father, so I played the first year I played softball, which would have been my 3rd grade year. My father made it necessary for me to get to know about the Negro Leagues. And two names stuck in my mind forever. One was Toni Stone, the first woman to play professional ball, and Willie Mays. And baseball is our family sport. My father played, my grandfather played, my brother played, I played, my cousins, everybody played. And Willie Mays is just an icon, not just to our family, but to everybody else's. Played with such style, such grace, endured so much, and knew what his calling was beyond being a phenomenal athlete, being a activist and a trailblazer for so many.
Absolutely. Well said. How about D Minor? You're a San Francisco native?
Yeah. I've been to more baseball games that I can count on both hands. And growing up, my father, a mini driver, so from 88 to 94, 95, we went to a host of baseball games at Candlestick Park. And there was a lot of times where within that time that we would attend, we saw Willie Mays tributes. So he was a a household name. He was a name that was definitely mentioned a lot in my household. And so my parents made it very clear to understand who he was and what he did for San Francisco, but also what he did for our race. So that was something that was very critical and very important. And so my mom was kind of like you, Ryan. My mom would do what they call Saturday school, if you will. So he was somebody that was one of the figures that I was very that I had to learn and study on. So Willie Mays definitely a trailblazer, and may God rest his soul.
Absolutely. Another San Francisco native, Russell Gatewood.
This hits pretty hard. This is someone I've known my entire life. It's very rare that you get a chance to meet your heroes. My father was my hero, and I met his three heroes: my grandfather, Harry Belafonte, and Willie Mays. Willie Mays is baseball. Willie Mays is a black man who served his country when his country didn't respect him, at the height of his powers, who stood with shoulder to shoulder with other athletes who tried to put their best foot forward to kind of not necessarily unionize, but to make sure that they were heard and respected. Jim Brown, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, so Floyd Little, so many people who they stood together to really make sure that everybody's being heard. I got a chance to meet him. I met him in the oddest of ways, actually. Good friend of mine, good friend of ours, is family friends with him and his wife, his lovely wife, May, and went over his house one night. And, he's just chilling at his house, disheveled, wearing some galoshes in the living room. And we sat there and watched a Men in Work concert on MTV, and just sat and laughed and didn't talk about baseball at all, just talked about music, and gave my boy Danny a hard time for 2 hours. And it was just like I had been in his house a dozen times. And I carried that with me. I could not wait to tell my father that I had met his hero. And my father's not easily impressed, but he had to give me the nod on that one. He was like, okay, he wanted to know everything about it. And later, before mentioned Danny, who my parents loved, and he loved my parents, he gave my parents an autographed picture of Willie Mays. He set up this thing. He helped them set up a deal where President Obama, one of the first things he wanted to do was meet Willie Mays. And I'd be interested to see what he posted. And he invited, he had Air Force One land at SFO, and invited Willie Mays onto for a lunch on Air Force One, and they just sat and talked. And there's a picture of them that Danny got autographed and gave to my parents, because he knew how important Willie Mays was to my parents, and all of our parents who in that generation, and the generations before them as well. To have lost, and I know we're going a little long here, but to have lost him 2 days before this celebration of the impact of the Negro Leagues on baseball at Rickwood Field in Alabama, it is sad, but it's also a point of celebration, because the entire world is going to understand the impact of this man on and off the field. It's going to be on Fox. It's going to be on Thursday. There's a celebrity softball game is happening tomorrow as well. And it's just going to be a fitting tribute to this man.
Okay, and another one of my favorite comedians, Roy Wood, is from Alabama. He's got a lot to do with that. I saw a nice interview he did earlier this week with the guys from NBC Sports here in the Bay Area. So look out for him too. CJ Flash, welcome. You got anything you want to add about Willie Mays?
Not anything that anybody else has really said, but he was I was a baseball guy growing up. I loved baseball. I played baseball up until close to high school, and I really looked at Willie as that guy, as that man, as that one that everybody that I loved looked at. From Ricky Henderson's to the Willie McGee's to everybody that I admired, they all looked at Willie Mays, and I looked at Willie Mays too. It was it's not a whole lot more to say about that other than say hey, Willie.
Absolutely. Let me bring it back here, and I'll just finish up by saying again, one of my favorite athletes ever. I love Willie Mays. I got a big shrine in my my sports room for Willie Mays, which includes this nice statue here. If you can see that on the front there. That's that big swing Willies, and there's all the statistics there and all like that. And
yes, sir.
Again, one of the greatest ball players that ever lived, and God bless you, Willie Mays. And it's gonna be a little tough. It's been a tough season already. This for the San Francisco Giants for a whole lot of reasons, but this just adds to it. But we're gonna be all right. So look. We got a great guest tonight as I make an awkward turn to get back on track and have some fun tonight. Ryan Nicole, hello. Again with the Gremlins, man, I tell you what. So we'll be right back with Ryan Nicole. Let's do this in the meantime. Our guest tonight is Marshall Thompson of the legendary Shylights. He's also known as the last man standing. He'll tell you all about that in a little bit. Thank you to Kevin Birch, a friend of the show, who happens to be Marshall's cousin, for this connection. We had him on about a year or so ago, so we're going to bring him back now because there's more to say, more to talk about. Let's bring in Mr. Marshall Thompson, and be ready, everybody, because this man is sharp. Get your Band-Aids out. If he's sharp, he's going to cut you up here, you know. How you doing, Marshall Thompson?
What's going on?
Man, you're looking good, brother. You're looking good.
You are always enjoying you all show when you see it. It's super.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry to keep you waiting there, but we had to. We're in the Bay Area. We had to pay tribute to Willie Mays, and I'm choking up as I'm talking, so y'all forgive me if I do that. But thank you for coming and joining us once again.
It's my guest, and I appreciate you all bringing me back.
I do need to do a close-up and take a look at that hat, though. I really do. Show us that hat, bro. Ooh-wee.
Ooh. Yeah, with the neckline too. Come on, brother.
Sweater.
Are you coordinated and matched?
Don't tell me you got a mushroom belt too.
3,000 hats.
3,000?
3,000 hats.
Here's a couple of them in my room. See them over there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you
okay.
I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Head guy.
Yeah.
I guess so. So you know every one of them?
You're known as a hat man.
I mean, like if you loaned out a hat to somebody, would you remember? Or you just say, "Damn, I forgot all about that one."
No, he's not going to loan out a hat to anyone.
Never that. Never that. That's a cardinal sin.
Everybody got their favorite thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. I know that when you're with the Shylights, you guys wear a lot of hats.
Well, that's our style. That gangster thing from Chicago. That it's 40s, 1940s. You know, so back in the day, way back in the day.
Yeah, I got some pictures that we're going to show in a little bit. Now, I know you. Last time we spoke, you were doing a residency in Vegas. You're not doing that anymore, but you're back on the road. Now, like I told you before this started, we're all over the country now. So hit up some of them places where people can see you real quickly.
Everywhere. You know, we got new management now. I hooked up with Bobby D Presents. So I'm with his organization. He's the manager now. And we're doing a lot of things, traveling everywhere. Snoop Dogg is partners with us, with Bobby D. And we just got Charlie Wilson over there with us now as well. So he's doing a wonderful thing. We're doing a lot of California area, you know. And we got the big show in LA coming up with Donald Ross, Lonnie Ritchie, Shylights, Gladys Knight, the Jacksons.
What?
That's August 31st at the stadium. SoFi
All that in one day?
All in one day. We got 32 acts.
Whoa! One day.
How's that gonna work? Is that kind of like Watt Stacks times 100?
We got stages there.
Okay.
That's
all right, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
What day again? Tell me the date on that again.
That's August 31st. Everybody's on there. OJ's on there. I mean, everybody's on the show.
Wait, now you gonna do a full show, or you just gonna walk on? So have you? And that's it. You gonna do the whole show, right?
I'm probably gonna do about four or five songs, the real biggest songs yet.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody.
Still, that's gonna be a long day for a lot of folks. That'd be a lot of fun. Now.
Wow.
Yeah. Lonnie Richie. I want to see. I want to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm excited for him.
So you knew him when he was Lionel.
Oh yeah,
Lionel.
Yeah, well, I was with Lonnie Richie when we let him open up the show for us at Tuskegee, Alabama, when they was going there.
Oh,
okay. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at
Amazing. Amazing.
All right, let's get this thing rolling. I'm gonna let Ryan Nicole do her thing now and talk to the folks. We got a lot of folks that have already chimed in about Willie Mays. So let's see who's staying with us to talk about Marsha Thompson. Go ahead, Brian.
Yes, well, keep chiming in, folks. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are on the globe. You are here with us at IRTS Live, and we're so glad that you are joining us. You're either joining us through YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, one or the other social medias, because we're on all of them. We're also on soultvwatch.com. We are probably streaming live through your Roku, or you're online with us. We're just so glad that you're here. So listen, you're already used to typing in the chat. Your fingers are moving. They're lubricated. Do me a favor. Tell me your name. Tell me where you are. Like and subscribe. 4 things: your name, where you are on the map, like and subscribe. And if you want to add an extra, go ahead and say hello to Mr. Thompson.
There you go. All right, Marsha, you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna play some of your good music. I want to hear some good stories. CJ Flash, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Dominus, Ominous, God has come through once again. We are ready to go. Go ahead, Flash, kick it off.
24 hours of sadness since my baby's been missing. 24 hours of madness. All I need is a sweet kiss. Oh, wish I knew just where I could find her. Oh, she don't know the love she left behind her. Oh, since my baby's been missing.
That highlights the harmony that we know so well. What's that song about there, Marsha Thompson?
Well, that was from the Like Your Lovin' album when we first got started. It took us 10 years to make it. So we was doing a lot of songs like that in the past. We was doing imitating the Temptations, we were imitating the Impressions, everybody in Chicago at the time before we landed up on one of our big songs.
Mm-hmm. Now, we did a whole show on Chicago with a gentleman named Tony Sco, who's from there. We talked about all the different music, and he gave us a real history lesson about Chicago music. So you guys are one of the forerunners of that. So tell me what it was like being in Chicago. What did you have to do to stand out amongst that crowd in Chicago of all those talented people?
Well, first of all, we came up before I was a drummer too with Gladys Knight, when I first started the Charlites. But going through the time with the Dales and the Eldorados, the Spaniels, and the Flamingos, that's when we learned how to sing. We learned how to really sing. That's why when we got in the studio, we didn't have to worry about how many notes, what kind of notes to sing. The Charlites is one of the only groups out there that sung on every hit together without having studio musicians.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nice. And you're still doing your thing after all these years. CJ Flash?
Yes?
I'm going to keep you going because you got a late start, so we're going to keep your fingers moving. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Keep the gremlins out.
She may be wrong all the time. Do the wrong thing at just the right time. That's my baby boy. Hey, hey, hey. That's my baby boy. Hey, hey, hey. That's my baby boy. Hey, hey, hey.
That's my baby boy. I like that one. What you laughing about?
Oh, that is a cute laugh.
You really went back and got that one.
Yes, I did.
That's what he do. How far back did he go?
Oh, he went way back. We were still in school. We were still in high school. when we got
Oh,
to
wow.
that.
Wow. And it tickled you, didn't it?
Right. Right.
Did that song get released and make some noise?
Drums on there as well. That's what tickled me to death.
Oh, okay.
So what high school kid had to manned up and did that ow at the end of it?
That was Eugene Rucker went to Inglewood High School. He one did that. And I went to High Park, and Squirrel and Gene Squirrel and Red went to High Park. All of us there. Then I transferred to Sauer and started playing drums over there with Captain Walter Diet. You know, he had Quincy Jones, he had Red Fox, Cornelius, Soul Train. All of us went to Dusauer High School.
Wow. I forgot about Dom's from Chicago too. My goodness, there's a lot of talent out there.
So much.
Was this what you looked like in high school? Was that you guys?
Ooh, cold-blooded.
Ooh. I laid to the side.
Oh man.
Okay, so which one was Eugene?
Eugene is in the front.
Yeah.
He wasn't in high school. He got that. that man, he got a Richard Roundtree mustache in high school.
My daddy's a handsome man.
Eugene got left back a couple years.
Okay.
I used to do all of them's hair back in the days.
Did you really?
Yeah, you work in the conch?
The hair, all them hairstyles they did, I did all of them.
Between you and George Clinton, man.
Oh man, Rick.
Doesn't surprise me.
Marshall, you talk about Don Cornelius, and wanted to ask as far as the radio scene out there in WVON and the good guys, and how important was radio to the Chi-Lites and Marshall Thompson?
Well, basically, I knew everybody because I stayed at the radio station every day trying to get a hit record. And then when Don Cornelius, he was a policeman back in those days. And one of the jocks at WVON, he had a traffic stop. And Don Cornelius opened up his mouth and they said, "Hey, man, you need to come down to WVON." So he went down to WVON. The next thing I know, he was there. He got hired.
Wow. Did he still give the guy the ticket, though?
Yeah, he got that ticket.
Oh.
Come on, man.
And one to go. Hit him with this.
This ticket, but I'll be down there.
Right.
He beat the ticket because Don didn't show up.
Don Addison, he did his job, but then he figured I got a future doing this.
Right.
He made a right choice there. Right choice.
That was times, man. That was real good times back in the day at WVON. That's when we started. I was down there at 12 o'clock at night, see Purvis Span with our records. Every kind of record that we record, I take you down there. Play this, play this, play this. I had him playing all the records that he playing right now. Those are the ones I was taking down there.
Wow. And did you ever get to see the reaction of the people live? Like, did you see people, dance to the music or let you know how they felt about it?
Well, we had a chance when Don started doing the Soul Train downtown when it first started, when we got together. I've seen a lot of a lot of people doing their thing then, but we didn't never know that it was going to bust out as big as we got out there.
Wow.
I have a question for you, Mr. Thompson. So you were actually your own promo rep. How were you pressing up your records back then?
We was going to the the studio downtown. They had a pressing plant down there. We used them. We sold our records out the back of our car. So and we sold them out at the record hops that we played. We played a lot of record hops before we really got the big hits, and then that's changed.
Yeah. So when you were young and doing that, I haven't heard you say one word about school yet. So where was mom and dad?
He said DeSauer. He went to DeSauer.
Well, everybody in my family was musically inclined. So my mother played piano. My daddy, he was a keyboard player. He was out there with all the top bands and working at that time. Marshall Thompson was there. He was Joe Williams' drummer. I mean, the whole family was musically inclined. So
you're all out there doing that. You're competing with each other.
Yep. I said at the Regal Theater before I got my job with Gladys Knight first gave me my break. I was crazy when I got that job with Gladys. And the curtains opened up down there. I was playing drums for her, and I froze, man. I couldn't, my foot wouldn't even move.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nervous.
So Bubbles say, Marshall, play them drums like you did at rehearsal. So second song, I started loosening up. You know, because everybody from 47th Street, I live right up the street from the Regal Theater. So everybody knew me, you know, around the corner. I'm scared to death. First professional job I ever had, opened up the curtains at the Regal Theater with Gladys.
If I remember correctly, Gladys Knight was one of the first guests on Don Cornelius' Soul Train in Chicago. Am I right?
Yeah, she came, but Shy Lights was the very first guest that he ever had on the show. Shy Lights, The Emotions, and who else we had down there? Jerry Butler. We were the first three.
Wow.
Iceman.
Oh, this is this is the Chicago Soul Train.
Definitely Chicago.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go anywhere. He just had all the talent right there in town.
Right.
Really?
We had everybody there. Then when we got the pilot going, Don told me, Marshall, could we get somebody to do the pilot, to go to California? So I round up the Dales, Tyrone Davis, Shy Lights, Barbara Ackland, and the Artistics. And we made the pilot for him. Okay. And then he sent the pilot to California.
Yeah.
And then called me and say, hey, we got the job. So now, next thing you know, he get it on out to California.
You get that 2-piece chicken and a biscuit when you get out there and do the show?
Better believe. Sure. That was something, man. But we ended up doing before we did the California version, we did the local, you know, Chicago.
Yeah.
On 26. But we did Flip Wilson show. We did the biggest show in history. But at that time, Flip Wilson, we was ready for all the rest of the shows after we did that.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right. CJ Flash, keep that music going.
Bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue with some other guy you knew before. Between the two of us guys, you know I love you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I heard it through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine, baby. I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind, honey, well.
Oh, wow. Yet another version of I Heard It Through the Grapevine.
That's right. When we took that, I think when I left Gladys Knight, I was used to playing her music. I played drums on that just well. Okay. And Squirrel had wanted to do it. So we went in there and put him on that Levo, and there he is.
So tell me something. I'm always confused about that. I think it's amazing, but so many artists, you know, in that era played each other's songs, and you know, everybody had their take on a different song. How did that work in terms of license? Like, first of all, how did it work legally? But then secondly, and more importantly, how did the other people who recorded the song, you know, feel about that?
Well, you know, as time went on, everybody felt good. Look at Beyonce when she did my song "Crazy in Love." You know,
right?
You know, so but they had to get a clearance. You just can't just go and record a song without getting a clearance.
Okay.
Once you get a clearance, then you get paid. If you don't get a clearance, you're not going to get paid.
Right on. Right on. And so that was the same then too, yeah? Yeah,
Jay-Z did our song December 4th. So I was happy about that. Well, okay, Crazy in Love we did Are You My Woman. We only sold 2,000 records. Beyonce, the same track, the same one I played the drums and congos on. Man, she did 50 million.
Right. Because good music is good music, you know. Sometimes it's just ahead of its time.
So you're saying you're okay with that then?
Oh, I'm super okay.
you got another couple hundred hats with that one, right? Okay, wait, here we go. Go ahead, Flash.
Oh, Flash got it.
I used to say to myself, here we go.
You might have to give us that all over again, Flash.
Oh, okay. One more again?
Yeah, Drummond's got it again. Go ahead.
Doing my uh-ohs. I got to do the uh-oh. Let's go.
Seems to be a misunderstanding about who you belong to. I'm tired of he say, she say, who shot John? I don't know where he came from, but he better go back where he's been. I don't want my heart broken, don't want to commit no sin.
Nice. That's nice, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
That's
so
a
much.
hit there. That sounded like Little Temptations, like with all the different vocals coming in and out like that.
We were searching back then. That was, Temptations had it made. We were searching for our sound. So we kept on going. And that was one of the songs back in the day that we came up with.
It worked.
Now, who's writing all the music? You said
he
you were on
sold
drums.
2,000 copies.
Who was doing the music? I mean, because that sounded pretty complicated for a song from back in the 60s there. Who was doing all the music?
Well, the music, we was a team. Satellites was a team. Eugene Record wrote all the songs. Made up all the background of the songs. And Red Jones was an A major in music. He taught us the harmony notes all the time. And I was singing baritone, second tenor, plus playing the drums.
Wow. Wow.
And Squirrel?
And Squirrel he's the first tenor, which he's higher than Eugene. Gene is higher than Squirrel in a false, but Squirrel is higher than Eugene in a natural.
Wow. Amazing.
We got one of your cousins up in Mauricio said hello.
Right.
Your little cousin from Atlanta.
Right. How you doing?
Hey, Marshall, you mentioned the guys. You mentioned Red Squirrel and Eugene and yourself. Personality-wise, what were the guys like? If you can best describe them, and how were you like as a person, and especially back then, and gelling together as a group like that?
Well, basically, I'm the driving force of the Satellites. Everybody knew that part because of my experience with Gladys Knight and Major Lance. When Major Lance had our Monkey Time, I went on tour with him for 3 years before I took the Satellites on tours, in a case. So, but Gene was a cab driver, His wife didn't want him to go on the road. Okay. Squirrel was a welder, and Red was working at the post office. So I got the job in Houston, Texas. We had just hired Muhammad Ali to be our first manager. Okay. So we got to Houston, Texas. In Houston, Texas, Muhammad Ali was training there. So I ended up in Houston, Texas at Ray Barnett Center Club with Major Lance. He had the #1 record out, Monkey Time. So it was late. Major was late at the hotel, so I had to sing. So had to hold it till he got there. So I ended up singing Gene Chandler's records, Rainbow and all that, all the old songs like that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I got the job. So so I told Ray Barnett, hey man, why don't you could I bring my group out here to Houston? He said, who is the group? I said, we known as Marshall and the Highlight. He said, I didn't know who y'all are. I said, I tell you what, could I get my manager, Muhammad Ali, to put his name up on the marquee? I put his name up on that marquee, man, and people wrapped around the block. So we got in there and started singing, and then next thing you know, we didn't need Muhammad Ali's name no more. Our name went up there.
That's right.
And so we end up changing it, of course, when we got the Brunswick Records, changing it to the Satellites. We would Marshall and the Highlights first.
Wow, love it.
Wow. Can we go back to you talking about Muhammad Ali was your manager?
He said you're not just going to skip over that now.
I mentioned earlier I got a shrine for Willie Mays. I also got a shrine for Muhammad Ali in my sport term back here. So, what was? I mean, did you get to interact with him? What was that like?
Well, I mean, he was our manager. I mean, he was Reggie Thomas was our first manager, and then Muhammad Ali was worked for Muhammad Ali, and that's how we got to know him. And he was training out of Houston, Texas, and we end up there in Houston, Texas with them to sing. And next thing you know, there I was. But I mean, he was great. Khalila Ali, we talk every week. She really all the time. See, I told you I was gonna get them to do y'all. You're not there.
Yeah. I did not know that. I didn't find that in any of my research for you, but thank you for that story right there.
I bet you didn't have no problem getting your money.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, let me send my manager in here to get the money. There you go.
No.
Right.
Rope-a-dope.
Yeah,
Now, Marshall, did you? None of you had the. How can I put this? The man put out a singing record, and none of y'all stepped up to tell him like, "Hey, bro, maybe not. That's not really your thing. You'll Dre stick to producing."
Would you?
He did Stand By Me. Stand By Me, right?
Yeah, he did.
Would you do that, Russ? Would you tell Muhammad Ali?
From a distance, I'm like, "Hey, man."
No, I'll tell you one thing about Muhammad Ali, was very smart. He says, "Hey, you all do y'all thing, I do my thing." Okay.
Right.
And he loved every record that we ever made. All the records he playing right now, Muhammad Ali was with us when especially the old ones he playing right now. Okay.
I love it.
That is amazing. Hey, you're watching IRTS Live. It's Tuesday night. We're in the Bay Area. We're talking about the Shy-Lights. We're talking to Marshall Thompson, and CJ Flash has more music right now, right here. Go ahead, CJ Flash.
How much I need you. Oh, baby, must I explain? I need you. Oh, my darling. Just like roses need rain. You ask just how long I'll love you. Baby, I'm gonna tell you true. Baby,
That's nice and clear. Nice and clear. The production, very well done in the production.
Thank
Very
you.
well done.
Great big song in Kansas City, Missouri. That was #1 in Kansas City.
Interesting. Why do you think
That's
it went so well there?
Well, it stuck with them. You know, when we was out there doing the little shows, we wasn't real big then, but we was doing shows, and every time we sang that song, we had the audience catch them at KPRS radio.
Wow, beautiful. So how long did it take? Would you say it took the Shy-Lights to find their sound?
10 years.
Okay. 10 years of professionally singing.
Right. It took us 10 years to find the right song, and that was Give It Away.
But you didn't change the lineup much at all, or if at all, did you? During that whole time?
Same lineup, same sound. Then we had Bruce Redeen, which Bruce Redeen came in and made built our harmony around us in the studio. Each one of us had our own microphone. Okay. He had our own microphone, and we used that all the time. And when Michael Jackson used to be with us at the studio all the time with us, he wanted to have that same sound for the Jackson 5.
Just Michael. Just Michael and Muhammad, and just your
Tell us about the time when Jesus Christ was in the session with you.
Okay, you know them all, bro.
You just can't drop that. So let's go back a little bit. Michael Jackson.
Run the tape back.
Yeah. What was that? How old was he then? Was he just a little kid then?
Mike was 17 years old when I was managing Michael, me and Joe.
Okay, wait. Now you were managing Michael.
I was managing the whole Jackson 5 group back in those days.
My goodness.
What, Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Sir.
I need to be taking notes here.
I know. The Wikipedia don't say nothing about this stuff.
It's like he never did this show before. We're looking all brand new.
So Marshall.
So I was the Shy-Lights, and then I was the 13th disciple, and then after that I was
amazing.
So let's go back. Damien, what was your question?
No, I want to ask Marshall. Now I know at one point with the Jackson 5, Jermaine was they were pushing him as the lead singer, and was that an idea that you and Joe had? Like you wanted him to be the lead singer as opposed to Michael?
Well, what happened when I first got with the Jacksons? They came over to my home to use my music for the Regal Theater, the big arrangement, and Squirrel was singing Bobby Taylor's song "Does Your Mama Know About Me and I'm Your Man." So in order to play the Regal Theater in Chicago, just like you had to do in New York City, you had to have a bigger band arrangements for all the band members that's on stage. It was like King Curtis was in New York City and Red Sanders was in Chicago. So Joe come to my home and say, listen, we heard that Squirrel sings "I'm Your Man." So, and that's the same thing that Jermaine Jackson was saying. So we let them use our music to play the Regal Theater and to be on the talent show. We got them on the talent show and they did this song. Jermaine did a great job of it, but I knew Michael was the voice. I knew that, but I didn't say that. I just watched.
Okay.
So we ended up on the regular show. When we got to the regular show, whoever won the talent show get on the big show. So Bobby Taylor and the Van Cougars was in from Motown on the Starlight Show down at the Regal Theater. So the Michael Jackson was opening up. So what happened is I was upstairs. I was trying to get to Motown at the time. I was telling Bobby Taylor, I said, oh, this is my shot to get to Motown. So I said, Bobby, you take the satellites to Motown? He says, hey, Marshall, you know what? I'm going to think about that. Man, y'all really sound good on y'all. So, you know, on your songs that you have, the little songs there. So next thing I know, Michael and them was tearing the stage up downstairs. They was opening that. So Bobby Taylor say, Marshall, who is that making all that noise? I said, that's the Jackson 5. That's my group. That's me and Joe Jackson's group down there. We take them all the way around Chicago. We put them in the clubs. We got to run out the back door because the police was throwing us out every place we went down. So we was running down the alley with the drums and everything. So Bobby Taylor went downstairs. I took him downstairs to introduce him to Joe Jackson. Okay. He asked, hey, Joe, man, them guys are really good. Michael was spinning around and, you know, it's like the video. You seen the video of Bobby Taylor talking about me and him at the. Okay. Took him downstairs and he introduced him to Joe. I introduced him to Joe Jackson. And next thing I know, the next morning, I'm waking up in the bed. What's going on? He said, hey, boys. I said, where you at, Joe? He said, man, we're on our way to Motown. What? I said, what about me? I told you to take me to Motown. He said, well, Bobby decided to take us up here, so they was on their way. And I'm so glad we didn't go because the king of the label Brunswick Records, because Temptations was over at Motown, Gladys Knight was over in Motown, the Supremes was over. They had so many artists over there, we got lost in the shuffle.
That's real.
So we ended up going with Brunswick Records, and we ended up being the king of Brunswick Records.
There you go.
So next thing I know, we was on Flip Wilson's show, Sammy Davis Jr.'s show, Dick Clark's show, and the Soul Train. So that took us.
Beautiful. I love this.
That was a big deal being on TV shows back in those days too, because everybody did variety shows. That was a lot of fun, huh?
It's like y'all show here. This is a great show y'all on right now. A lot of
people.
Thank you
very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't put your show in the backfield, buddy.
Oh no, we right next to Flip.
Well, I mean, this is what's happening. I mean, you'd be surprised who's just watching you from everywhere.
Yeah. I know one person is watching is your niece. Samantha says, hello, Uncle Marshall Thompson. Samantha Ackland.
Samara.
Right on.
Samara? Okay.
It's Samara. That's Barbara Ackland's daughter.
Okay.
She's the one that wrote our songs with Eugene Record. Have you seen the little girl?
Have you seen her? Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
And then Barbara Ackland, didn't she sing what's the song?
Am I that girl? Am I same girl?
Yes.
Yeah, we sung background on all her records. Love Makes a Woman. Love Makes a Woman. Am I the Same Girl? Soulful Strut.
Soulful Strut is Am I the Same Girl? Yeah. Really, you guys same background on that?
We sung background on all her songs.
Oh wow! All right, I gotta play that.
We sung background on some of Jackie Wilson's songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to ask y'all about that too, that Jackie Wilson connection, and that's a second combination of the Detroit and Chicago meshing together. And Jackie Wilson, Brunswick Records, working with Jackie Wilson, what was that like?
Oh man, it was dynamite. I mean, that's the first tour we ever went on with Jackie Wilson in our life, and we didn't know when Jackie took us to St. Louis at Kiel Auditorium. We didn't know that Have You Seen It was going to be a hit record. That was a beat for us. So we was on the show, and we did every number but Have You Seen It. Walked off that stage, and people went crazy. Well, have you seen it? Have you seen it? We say, what? That's a B-side. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Man, they were standing all up in the chairs and everything. So I looked at Gene, I looked at Squirrel, looked at Red. I said, man, we don't know that song. We don't know nothing about that. That man, Jim Gates and Bonnie Hayes say, y'all better say do. We sung that 15 minutes, man.
Wow.
We didn't even know nothing else. The band didn't even. The band didn't even. And we sung. That song has been on our B side for a whole year before we found out it was a hit.
What was the A side?
We found out right in St. Louis, Missouri, that we had a smash.
But what was the A side?
The A side was "The Change I Love," I think it was.
And did that do anything?
Nope.
It just it served as a nice underground for Have You Seen Her? So
we just thought it was the record, you know. And next thing I know that KTZ was playing Have You Seen Her before we got there, and it was already a smash. So I called Carl Davis. I said, man, you better turn that record over. So they man, we selling 20,000 a day.
Wow. It goes to show, man, you know, Jerry often asks this question to artists, do they know when they write the hit record? And it goes to show, like, it's really difficult to determine what the audience really loves, is going to love. You just got to keep kicking out songs.
It's up to the public. You can have a turntable hit or you can have a real hit. And a real hit is when they go to the store.
When they spend their money.
The record think they got to hit. Everybody. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
See, I would have never thought that, because Have You Seen Her seemed like such a well thought out song. I mean, you get the nice spoken word intro, you got the hook, you got the, you know, I mean, it's about 4.5 minutes long too, or something like it was a little long for
first long records in history.
Yeah,
you know, they weren't no songs that long.
Yeah, they weren't playing them on the radio that long.
Yeah,
right.
508. That's what it was.
Yeah,
wow.
You were breaking AM radio rules right there.
Sure was.
And that's great, because how else would you know, unless you went to these different towns, how that song is performing? Because obviously we didn't have the internet or anything back there. You know, they could call you and tell you, hey, that song is doing well. You better get out here to Detroit, or you better get over here to Chicago, or, you know, wherever. But how would you actually even know? I mean, did you guys have people from Brunswick out in the field just researching all that, or how did you know?
Our promotion men found out they wouldn't know more than we did, because we was on tour. We didn't have time to worry about that. We were looking at the girls and singing and getting that money.
There you go.
Priorities, right? Priorities.
Yeah, but you also had like labels like Brunswick. They had rack jobbers who would go to different. They handle all the retail stuff. They would go to the mom and pop stores, and they could report back, say when they do their weekly calls back, this one ain't working, but this record is selling, but it's not selling because of what it's on side A. It's what's on side B.
Absolutely.
You know, or a deep album cut. People are buying the album because we don't have a single on this, so let's press out the single. The rack jobbers for the labels, they were doing a lot of the footwork for
right.
We had one of the best promotion teams, I think, in the business, you know, for independent label, you know.
Nice work. Nice work. All right, CJ Flash, keep that good music coming.
I got to take a detour.
Why don't you stop and look me over? Am I the same girl you used to know? Why don't you stop and think it over? Am I the same girl whom you hate so? I'm the one you want, and I'm the one you need. I'm the one you love, that is to be around the corner.
Samara said, yes. That's my mama, right?
That's right.
That's a beautiful song.
Her mama sung on all of our hits too.
Wow. I love that.
Love that. Good detour, Flash. Good detour. Back it up with another one. Go ahead. I dare you.
You dare me to back it up with another one? Another detour? I got you covered.
baby. Cause I feel so all alone, and I feel oh so sad. The whistle's getting louder, calling out your name.
That you sing a lead on that one?
That's Jackie Wilson.
That's Jackie Wilson. Oh, my bad.
Was Eugene on doing background vocals? Were you guys doing that?
My bad.
Yeah, we was doing background with Bobby.
Yeah.
Those vocals were so crisp
Yeah,
and
you
clear.
can hear Eugene all over that.
Yeah.
That Bob Ackland too. You know, she
Bobby
always
too,
talk about all of our hits.
That was amazing.
Now Quentin Joseph came in. That's when Quentin Joseph come in on my place, start playing the drums.
Okay. Okay.
It's the Congos.
Okay.
Well, you needed to be out front because I've seen you dance in some of the old videos, and man, you move. You move it like that double time. Like if y'all don't know, some of the younger folks think of Tender Love with Force MD up on that roof. He's doing all these kind of moves. Man, so you love to dance. You have to get off of them drums.
Oh yeah, that's why I learned to dance from them drums. The
Really?
beat. That's why I was always on time because I was a drummer.
There you go. That's a good dancer.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're watching IRTS Live. We got Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights with us tonight. We get the full house. Almighty DJ CJ Flash, D Minor, Encyclopedia Brown Tanica, Ryan Nicole, super talented. Big Russ is right there, and I'm Jerry Dub. I'm your host. We do this every Tuesday at 7. I know we got a lot of people watching tonight because of Marshall Thompson that may have never seen this show before. Do me a favor. Matter of fact, Ryan, you tell them what they should do since they already here.
Peoples. You see the like button? You see the subscribe button? Make sure you press that. Also, tell your partners, tell them to come on over. We have really quality shows, great music that you'll remember, that your people will remember. So like and subscribe and share.
And I'm going to give you a taste of some of the people we've had on before. Check this out. Because we're going to have to add Marshall Thompson's name to that list now, right? Well, look at you, Ryan Nicole. Look at you. Thank you very much.
Hey, wait a minute.
I live in East Oakland. They explode fireworks everywhere, even in your living room.
I was going to say, how in the hell?
Nice word. Nice word.
I must be on a budget because I'm on East Oakland too, and I don't get I don't get any fireworks.
You got the real ones above
not
your
that
roof.
kind.
Yeah. Now we're gonna also give away some tickets, 2 pairs of tickets, one at a time, to A Quiet Place Day 1. Is it the prequel, right? And then they call it the prequel.
It is the prequel to A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place 1
and 2, and CJ Flash put me onto that, and I watched it on a flight and almost did like William Shatner, started running through the plane. But it's a really good series, and I'm really happy for Lupita. She's really taken. If you see this film, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get a chance to see it before anybody else. So.
And I'm gonna tell you about that in a second. I got another video to play here. Marshall, hang in there with us because I got another video. Hold on, about a minute and a half worth of A Quiet Storm, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Storm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that one at home in the daytime.
Yeah,
at home in the daytime.
The way
I
my
can
blood
pause
pressure set up, I can't even handle
know what I
that. I'm
mean?
good.
Oh.
I don't have
Well,
enough.
I
I
got
don't
two
have enough.
passes. I got two passes. To the first one to email me at info@irtsshow.com. It's for 7 p.m. premiere next Wednesday, June 26th. If you can't go, don't try to win these tickets because it's only good for the premiere. You're going to get to see it before it hits where everybody else can see it. You're going to get to see it for free in San Francisco at the AMC Metreon, courtesy of Russell Gatewood and Fandango. So my first question is going to be an easy one. What is a record label? What is a record label that Marshall Thompson has been talking about all night? And you don't have to worry about spelling it right. I'll know what you mean. So hit up, don't put it in the chat. Hit up at info@irtsshow.com. 2 tickets for A Quiet Place Day 1, the premiere, 7 p.m. next Wednesday, June 26th. If you can't make it to San Francisco that day, don't win those tickets. Let somebody else get them, okay?
Okay, to be clear, it's not the premiere. It is the San Francisco screening.
There you go. There you go.
Advanced screening. Don't show up like you got about to walk the red carpet. It ain't that type of party.
Where the Peter Lee on your ass? I don't see no Peter nowhere.
Over here.
Bring your own red.
Where the paparazzi?
Right.
got my ball gown on right here. It's not the premiere. It is the San Francisco advanced screening.
And thank you to Stephanie Jackson for putting a link in the chat as well. So, all right, back to the music. CJ Flash.
Where did they email?
Email it info@irtsshow.com. What is a record label that Marshall Thompson has been talking about that got the Chi-Lites over the hump and kept them going all throughout the 60s and early 70s? They had 11 top 10 songs on Brunswick.
Oh, come on, brother.
Really?
Oh, come on. Okay,
Really?
New question.
Person.
New question.
No. If they know, they would have sent it in already. So
I need to get my email open yet. You said it before I can open my email.
I didn't really say it, so keep it going. Flash, play some more music to distract everybody.
Don't tell your name, Leroy.
Give more power to the people. There's some people up there holding everything. Telling lies, giving out of facts about the people's money and things. And if they're gonna throw it away, might as well be something to me. Yeah, they've seen it heard of, but never had misery. There are some people who are starving to death. Never knew, but only heard of, and they never had happiness.
Oh, if you don't have enough to eat,
how can you think of love? You don't have time to care. So it's crime you're guilty of. Oh, yeah. God's sake, give more power to the people. For God's sake.
I remember hearing that song as a kid and I just liked it. I just liked it a lot, I liked it a lot. So tell us about that song, because that was an important song. That had a message and everything to it. Talk about that, Mr. Marshall Thompson.
Well, that was our first million seller that we had out. And what helped that record really go, the Panther movie picked it up and put it in the movie, Black Panther Party. And we were very excited about it because Gene wrote that on the bus. We was on our tour bus. Gene wrote that, and they had a lot of fighting and the war going on. So we was talking about what was happening at the White House and different spots like that, And we came up with, we had to do it on a Temptation type of style. Each one of us had a part to sing in it. Eugene sung the tenor, sung the baritone, Squirrel sung second tenor, and Red did the bass. So we was trying to keep it on a familiar sound like the Temptations, but our style, as well.
Yeah, it gives me Ball of Confusion vibes just hearing that song. And it's funny you mentioned the Panther movie. This past weekend was the San Francisco Black Film Festival, and Mario Van Peebles was in town, and they did a double showing, and they actually showed that one, and just immediately thought about that, and they played the song in the movie. A great movie, and it was just and that song was right on time.
Yeah, that was our first million seller that we had in 1970.
Nice. So from the time you started to your first million seller was about how many years?
That came out in 1970.
Okay, so you guys
took us 10 years to get there.
10 years to get there. Okay. And then once that hit, you were on a roll after that. You were on a roll.
After we did that song, then we had the new management company, which was managed by Tommy Vistola. You know, he had Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Jackie Wilson. Who else he had? Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin.
Wait, so one person was managing all these people?
Oh yeah. He was number one. He was one of the number one guys. He managed Flip Wilson. He managed Dick Clark. You know, all those. So we was on. So we did all those shows back to back.
You know, Nat Turdenpaul is, you know, he's often, you know, a lot of people have opinions about him, and you know, obviously his close relationship with Jackie Wilson and obviously Berry Gordy Jr. earlier. What was your experiences with Nat Turdenpaul?
Well, when first Jackie Wilson was with Motown at first, and then Tommy Vistola, our manager, he went over there and they got out that contract, and we ended up with Brunswick Records, which Nat Turdenpaul was part of the system, you know, system back then. You know how that ran, you know. So we got there, and it just, we had all the power. We had everything behind us. You know what I'm saying? All we had to do is go out there and do what we had to do, sing.
I'm surprised Berry Gordy Jr. didn't try to buy Brunswick, buy out the label, because he was, you know, he was taking all these labels.
Yeah, but he couldn't mess with that one. It's different ball game there. You're talking about different apples and oranges. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You said a lot without saying nothing.
Right, apples and oranges. But same time, you got to remember Brunswick was Decker, and you know how big Decker was. Number one.
Decker was a huge.
So they didn't come nowhere near that side. You know what I'm saying?
Did you happen to see that documentary on Stax Records? It was a 4-parter. Did you happen to see that?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Sounds like they could do the same kind of thing for Brunswick, but all these different artists that you had.
It was nice, but it wasn't on that. Still wasn't on that same kind of level.
Oh really?
Yeah, it wasn't on that kind of.
Brunswick was more like it was a very powerful boutique label. Stax was a movement.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. All right. So congratulations to Stephanie Jackson for winning the 2 tickets. The first pair of tickets. I got another pair coming up later to A Quiet Place Day 1, 7 p.m. next Wednesday at the Metreon in San Francisco, courtesy of Fandango and Russell Gaywood.
How did she know the answer?
Yeah, how did she know?
Now, if I say the second question is the same question as before,
what color was George Washington's white horse?
I'm gonna make that mistake again. Okay, watch me, Marshall. I'm gonna get it right on the second take, Marshall. I'll get it right. Stephanie, congratulations. We'll be sending you those tickets after the show is down or first thing in the morning. Depends on how tired I am when we're through here. CJ Flash, keep that music on, brother.
I keep saying she'll be back, but today again I've lied. Oh, I see her face everywhere I go, on the street and even at the picture show. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, I hear her voice as the cold winds blow in the sweet music on the radio. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Why, oh, why did you have to leave and go away? Oh, I've been used to having someone to lean on, and I'm lost.
See, that song just sounds like you worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and you tell me it was just a throwaway.
One tape. In the studio, one tape with that.
Are you serious?
Yep. We did. Bruce Redine used to call us the one tape group.
I love it. Well rehearsed. You guys were jailed.
Yeah, we rehearsed at home. We never tried to rehearse in the studio. It costs money.
Yeah, that costs money.
Right.
We rehearsed at home.
Yeah.
And when we got in the studio, we was ready.
I know that's right.
And tripped me out when Bruce Redine took the same microphones and put it around the Jacksons and got that sound. Took our sound. I used to tell them all the time, y'all got our sound.
Rumor has it that it was this microphone right here.
Oh, is it that one?
This is the Shure 7B SM7B, I believe.
That's why you always sound so good.
Yeah, CJ, let me hear you say,
we sound the same all the time.
He has a tenor too.
Right.
That's the rumor. I actually watched Bruce Swedien set that stuff up, and he was using one of the older versions of this mic. And he just, everything back then was really warm because it was all tube based and that kind of thing. So you got a really warm sound. All the boards were real warm.
Warm analog boards.
Yeah.
And tape.
I love that analog.
Really, really smooth.
Got red, that big old boom mic. It was big old round mic. With
Yes.
bass. And then he got me one like a straight, I had the straight one. Squirrel we had to put outside. He was so loud. Man, you had a squirrel around the corner.
I love it. I love it. That song, I just recall hearing that song at all our middle school dances. This song, like in particular, all my Latino homies loved it because their uncles and their fathers and all of that would play that in the lowriders.
Vato.
They still do.
Yeah.
You can listen to music like that on Sunday nights. Chewy Gomez has an oldie show, Mr. Thompson. He plays all your music.
But that song was played in just about every hotel in the world, look like to me. Everywhere we go, Australia, Italy, France, Germany, Guam, Singapore, everywhere we go, we hear that in the hotels.
Yeah. Wow. You're like, that's me.
That's me there.
It's a great song. Classic soul music.
I do have a question for you, sir. What was it like the first time you heard your music on the radio? When you were driving down the street or in the house doing something, what was it like the first time you heard your music on the radio?
Well, I was driving home and we got those first Cadillacs. We didn't have to pay for them. We went down, 4 of us, they sent us downtown. I'll never forget it. They say, hey, go down there with that Billboard magazine. We took the Billboard magazine into the Cadillac dealership and they gave us 4 Cadillacs.
Damn.
And we didn't have no money, but we had that Billboard magazine.
Wow.
We went in there, they gave us 4 Cadillacs. I didn't have no driver license.
What?
I called my buddies, you got to go down here with me because I ain't got no driver license. Come on. And they took the cars right out the showroom and put them right out in the front. We
Man, somebody run me that Oakland Tribune.
Yeah.
1988.
Come on, hey Damien, me and you can go get the from a Horse and Hound. We can take our Horse and Hound down there. Get us a Volkswagen or something.
I'm gonna take a copy of this show and run that.
A screenshot. Just a screenshot.
Jerry can take his collection of Jet Beauties of the Week, take it down there, get you a Tesla.
They're gonna give me a Prius or something at least, right?
Yeah.
And then we did, we did the Flip Wilson show at when we did it in Oakland, California.
Is that right?
That's what my daughter. Right there,
She an Oakland baby.
We looked at the Flip Wilson show. That's when we did it right there in the club, right there in Oakland.
Which club?
I forgot the name of it.
Continental.
Continental.
Was it the Continental Club?
I think it's we did the movie The Mac in one of those clubs.
Oh my God!
Right. So West
Continental.
Oakland. Yeah, Continental.
That's the
I was in West Oakland. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we did
your nephew was saying that were you in the Mac?
Oh yeah.
Kevin Burks was asking if you were in the Mac. So,
yeah,
what was that experience like?
Oh my God, man, that was fun, man. I mean, let me tell you something. I'm sitting up there. The club owner ordered some TVs because they knew we was coming on the Flip Wilson show, you know.
Wow.
And I sit there, man. I looked at myself, man. I couldn't believe it, man. Look at me. And all the girls were looking at us.
I bet they were. They said, "Listen here."
Marshall got closed that night.
Right.
Oh,
I didn't want to explain that part.
Marshall got a little mischievous kind of a laugh, don't he? Though.
Yeah, he do. Yeah.
Got a mischievous kind of laugh. Now you can read about some of these stories that you're talking about. I imagine in your book, "The Last Man Standing." Is that am I right about that?
It's right in there. A lot of that's in there.
Look at you. Look at you.
So for us to be able to hear you repeat them to us is it's been a real honor. We really appreciate you. Now we're not done with you yet, but definitely thank you for telling us all these great stories. I mean, again, all the names that you've been just mentioning just casually, it's just amazing. You had to write a book. You had to write a book after knowing all these people, right?
Well, I enjoyed being on it. Appreciate each and every one of you all.
Okay, well, we're not done yet. Hold on. They're not gonna yank us off the stage if we don't get to some of these songs. But we got a few more minutes with Marshall Thompson, CJ Flash. Keep it going, please.
All right.
Some of us know, some of us don't know, some of us know, some of us know, some of us don't know. Prophets, moonshots, spend it all, but have not talking about money. Money, we make it. Before we see it, you take it. Lord, you take it. Oh, make me want harder. Went into my life. Hey, make me want harder. Went into my life. This ain't living. This ain't living. What the Bible says. We gotta be forgiven.
No. As we look at one of Marshall Thompson's 3,000 hats, you had to get down and just bury your head into that one, right? What were you thinking about when you heard that?
Well, we were thinking about his brother Squirrel. You know, I remember I was changing. Squirrel had the natural. Gene had the higher tenor. Squirrel had the natural voice, so we found that song for him, and he went in there and nailed it, man. I mean, he did a great job doing that song. You know,
he really did.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, were you doing a song like that for an album cut, or was that a single as well?
Yep, album cut, but we didn't know it was going to be. Well, on Chicago, Illinois, was #1 stepping song in Chicago.
Yeah, stepping. I know J.D. Angle, who I think we all probably know. They do a lot of stepping out here in the Bay Area. They get their own little club, and I happened to be. I was doing a friend of mine was doing a music video and asked me to come out to it, and didn't realize that I was going to be stepping for the next 2.5 hours while they did this 3-minute video. And I was making up my own steps, but they told me, "Oh, you're good, Jerry, you're good." Get more in the middle, though. Get more in the middle, you know. But that stepping, that's a big deal, man. And Chicago started it all, huh?
Well, that song now is a great stepping song. Also, my new song that just came out, you know about that? That's a stepping song as well.
Oh, let's talk about it.
I'm singing that one.
Now, I'm one more thing before we go back to that. You mentioned hair. Well, I mentioned hair products. How much Ultra Sheen, Afro Sheen, and Ultra Sheen cosmetics did you guys need to? Did you pack like a couple of suitcases for that, or how?
We had a lot of suitcases for that.
Blowout kit right there, boy.
Yeah, my goodness, that's nice and round and fluffy.
Ooh,
look at Eugene in the green there. That's amazing.
Eugene was popping.
The kind of hair to make your arm tired, you know? Kind of pick that out.
Yeah. That Inner City Blues, though, the first time I heard that it was in the original Gangsters movie.
Oh yeah,
I performed that. Yeah.
Jim Brown, Pam Grier, Fred Williamson.
Yeah, we had a ball together, man. All of us, Pam Grier and Jim Brown. Oh man, we had.
Hold on, bro. Tell me about Pam Grier, bro.
Yeah, Sheba Baby. Tell us about Sheba Baby.
I'm not gonna tell you that story. I'm not gonna tell you that story with Pam Grier though. I was messed up in the 70s with that. You know? We did the Soul Train, and they had put in the Esquire. Remember that Esquire magazine?
Yeah.
That Marshall Thompson and Pam Grier was getting married. Boy, my girl was so mad, and because we did Soul Train together. Okay, we was just in the dressing room and going to the makeup, putting the makeup on us. Man, they had put that in Esquire. Man, I was so mad when I got back to Chicago. Man, That was all over the Esquire magazine.
Oh man. Oh man.
Were you mad because it wasn't true, or you mad
Right.
because you didn't?
Well, my
you know?
girlfriend, was more so with my girlfriend in
Mhm.
Yeah.
She said, "What is this about you? And you've been around Pam Grill? Yeah, I did to make some money."
Yeah, that must have been something. Though. She was a beautiful woman, especially back in the 70s.
She still is.
With Jim Brown and them boy, and Jim Brown, who else over the Fred Williamson, us, all the stuff, all we got together was fantastic, man.
I met Fred Williamson once in San Francisco. His son was a president of a bank that they were opening up.
Oh, wow.
And so I went to the opening because I was working on radio at the time. And I saw Fred the Hammer Williamson. I walked up to shake his hand and said, "Hey, you want to take a picture?" I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he autographs something and gives it to me. Just had a cigar and just, "Go ahead, young man, go."
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that was. I was so cool the way he just blew me off like that. But it was so cool the way he did it. It was just like, that man was something, man.
Oh yeah, he was. We enjoyed doing the movie, man. That movie still doing real good overseas too.
So how many movies have you done?
We did. Let me see. Original Gangster. We did about 3 movies. Actually,
You did the Mac. You said they did the Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
We
nice.
did about 3. Mm-hmm.
Like
But our
huge, man.
them been in a bunch of movies, man.
Mm-hmm.
White Chick. I mean, you name it. And what is the other one? We was in a lot of movies with our songs. That's what kept us alive, really, with our royalties.
White Chicks. What song did they play in White Chicks?
White Chicks, we did the Beyonce song. White Chicks.
That's crazy. Wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm
They
sorry
had,
I didn't see White Chicks.
Damien, I can't. I'm drawing a blank, but one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, got to be in my top 5, was Dead Presidents. Was Shy Lights on Dead Presidents soundtrack?
Which one?
The Dead Presidents.
Yeah, I think Heavy Rain was in there.
Yeah, I think so. That's one of my
the volume 2. I think.
Old girl was in there. Everything, man. We had more movies with Old Girl than anything.
Nice. That's fantastic. That's
So
fantastic.
let me ask your opinion about how hip hop has embraced your music. How did you feel initially, and how do you feel now?
Well, when I first did the radio show, when I first came up to the radio station, the disc jockey asked me, "Hey, hey, Marshall, what do you think about rap?" I said, "Rap? I don't like no rap." so in theater, Beyonce sent a representative over there to us at our concert in New York City at the Beacon. And they got the greatest hits from us and took it back. And about 2 months later, I'm hearing Crazy in Love on me playing the Congo. Man, about 4 weeks later, here come the mailman. I'm looking outside. This cat coming with all them zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he said, he got a letter for you. Man, I opened up that letter. I called that radio station. Man, I love
rap is good.
It was crazy, man. I mean, wow. Man, I think the youngsters did a great job, man. They're doing a great job sampling that music, man. They're picking the right ones, too.
Well, I have to say, the first time I heard "Have You Seen Her" was MC Hammer. I heard his version first. And
Did you really?
Yeah, it was his version.
He's only 8 years old, so
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess so.
he is the baby of the month here.
MC Hammer had our song, man, and we was in Louisiana. That's what it was.
Yeah.
New Orleans, and he was on the show with he was on the convention there, and we was up in the balcony. We surprised him, and it's highlights in the balcony. Man, MC Hammer like they had a fit.
Probably stopped performing the song.
He did good with our song, though. He did a great job with it.
I thought so too.
Finding Dory really took us over the edge.
Is that right?
Almost 50 billion sales.
What? Amazing.
You say with a B?
Finding Dory.
They say with a B, 50 billion.
Oh, B.
Yeah. Yes, it was up there. Way up there. The biggest records in history. All the kids even knew that.
Wow.
Have you seen her?
Wow. That's a trip.
We are honored to be speaking with Marshall Thompson, the last man standing of the Shy-Lights. Been around since the 50s and still out there performing and singing and on a stage near you. Just tell them the website, Marshall, so they can find out where you're performing next.
www.Shy-Lights official website.
ShyLightsOfficialWebsite.com. Right. You can find them when they come in here. You got a big show coming up in August.
And they are on the gram too.
On the gram
Shy-Lights
too?
are on the gram.
How about that? Yes. How about that?
Well, we got a Hollywood Walk of Fame. We got a star there.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got honorary doctor's degree. I got the President Lifetime Achievement Award from the President. And October the 20th, we'll be getting the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stars.
Wow. Nice.
Well deserved.
You done good. So look, this speaking of Hall of Fame, this looks like Smokey Robinson, Mary Wilson, and is that Barry Gordy as well?
Yeah, that's Barry Gordy, me, and Mary Wilson, and who else? Smokey.
Smokey, yeah, that's great.
See, that's back when you were given that honor. You didn't pay for it. That's when the stars meant something there.
Yeah.
Now I got $20. I'm gonna get a star next week.
They went up with them stars, man.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
That thing went up to about $80,000 now.
Oh,
wow, my goodness.
So, do you know the location of yours out there on Hollywood?
Yeah, right across the street from the Live Nation building. Go straight across the street. You'll see the Shine Lights, Jackie Wilson, Herbie Hancock, and
okay.
But right across the street from the Live Nation building. Just go to the Live.
Sounds like a good spot right there. That sounds good. That sounds like a good spot. Hey, we got a few more minutes, just a few more minutes with Marshall Thompson. And let me give away that other pair of tickets to A Quiet Place Day One. That it's going to be a sneak preview. Is that a better way to say it?
Advanced screening.
An advanced screening of A Quiet Place Day One at 7 p.m. next Wednesday, June 26th, AMC Metron in San Francisco. Only in San Francisco, only that night. 2 tickets. Email me at info@IRTSshow.com with the answer to this question. Who did Marshall Thompson say was probably his most famous manager of the group? The most famous manager that they've had of the group. We talked about it at length a little earlier in the show. Info@IRTSshow.com, and you get 2 tickets to A Quiet Place Day One. That's
all right. Let's say more. Say no more.
Say no more.
Go ahead, Flash.
So let me ask you this: you have a new song?
Yeah, Not in My Bed, Still in My Head.
Wait a minute. What is it? Not in my bed, still in my head.
Come
You're
on,
not in
speak on
my
it.
bed, but you're still in my head.
Okay.
Oh,
You
Mr.
got that,
Thompson.
Flash?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Thompson.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, baby. Missing you, baby. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Last time I saw you, I made you cry when I told you, baby, I was gonna say goodbye. You walked up to me and kissed my face. Since that day, your memories I can't erase. No, you're not in my bed. Not in my bed. Girl, you're still in my head. All the time. No, you're not in my bed. Not in my bed. Girl, you're still in my head.
I like that. Okay, I get it. I know we all been there.
Yeah.
We all been there.
Few times.
I'm there right now. I'm there right now. I'm about to write a Hallmark card right now.
Hey, girl. Just send the lyrics over to him, Mr. Thompson.
All right.
Right. Hey,
All right,
girl.
so let's hear your version of where that came from. Where the lyrics from that come from, there, Marshall?
Well, Paul Richmond wrote that for me. He wrote it straight from my voice, and he did Tyrone Davis songs a lot. trying to change my mind, different songs like this. So I told him, and he did In the Mood for the Manhattans too. What is that? Shining Star for the Manhattans. He wrote that.
Yeah, I like it. Where can people hear that? Where they playing that kind of music?
Well, it's all over, man. It's all on all the social media. You can pick it up now and go to Spotify and stream it. Just stream that thing.
Let Marshall Thompson talking about Spotify and streaming.
Marshall just put you up on game there, Mr. Dove.
He just dropping like he's 22 years old. It's on Spotify and you stream it. Listen to you, man.
Hey,
I've been on computer, man. I've been on a computer like 22 years now.
Hey, Marshall, I'll tell you right now, whatever you're saying, he's looking up Spotify right now. He don't even know what that means.
Yeah, go in there,
download
it and do everything you want.
SPOIT spot up. No, I got it.
Right on.
There it is. Boom. Hold on.
Woo, look at you.
Hold on. Do it again, Ryan.
Boom.
There you go.
See? I even wore an outfit to match. You see? There you go.
Right on. Thank you so much.
All right, look, we got time for one more song, but before we get to that, we want to go around the horn and let all these fine folks give you a last little thought before you go. And let's start with the ladies first, as always. Ryan Nicole in the purple, my favorite color. Go ahead.
Yes, it's just a delight. It's a delight to talk to you. I get so tickled on this show because I get the opportunity to talk to folks who I really do have memories with. I think some of my first slow dances in the middle school gym were to your music, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to talk to you, to have a conversation, and to know that you're still making music and you're so spry and so fly. Look at you. Thank you.
All right, D minor.
Russell said something profound earlier today when we talked about Willie Mays and meeting his dad's heroes. And you're my dad's hero.
Wow.
And so growing up, the important groups for my father were the Spinners, the Whispers, the Temptations, and the Shy-Lights.
Right on.
And you were truly, Red, Squirrel, Eugene were truly his favorites. And to this day, that's what he still vibes off of.
Wow.
So thank you for that. And I appreciate that. So, and I just want to say, speaking on behalf of both of us, both my dad and I, thank you for just the memories and also being the soundtrack to my life and coming up.
Right
and
on.
I'm only 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done. And I saw those hearts you did there, Ryan. I saw those hearts. How about Russ? Big Russ, go.
Brother, I got to tell you right now, your recall is ridiculous. I don't know what I had for breakfast yesterday, and you are pulling off things I don't understand. But you live such a life, such a rich life that is embedded in you, and it just I see the passion in your recall and how you share your stories. It's a joy to be able to sit down and talk to really talk with history. Everything that you guys have done, what you've built, the Shy-Lights are the cornerstone of R&B and soul music in my book. And I'm not alone when I say that. Chicago music, we would be, I don't know where we'd be without Chicago music, brothers like you. So my hat goes off to you, and I really appreciate it. Shout out to my man Kevin Birch. That cat right there.
Salute.
Yeah, Birch is #1 in my book. So right on to Kev for this. I appreciate it.
All Kevin does is talk about his cousin and the Shy-Lights. That's all he does. So thank you again, Kevin, for getting back.
He's one of our greatest promoters.
He definitely is that. He definitely is that.
Kevin has bought all your old suits too.
Every time when he comes to the show, he say, "Cuz, what you wearing today?" I ain't telling you.
I've known Kevin for 40 years. I've never seen him with a suit with less than 7 buttons on it.
True that. CJ Flash, your turn.
Man, we've talked before, and the music, and I've skimmed the surface when we did the original show. This was a little bit deeper dive, but what was a deep dive were the stories. I had no idea about Barbara Acklin, had no idea about Muhammad Ali. I appreciate all of it. And it's a beautiful thing to see those connections. We knew about Jackie Wilson, but we didn't know about those others. So thank you for sharing all of it. And congratulations on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Congratulations on, did you say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Illinois Hall of Fame, get that October the 20th.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, and thank you just for being who you are and sharing what it is that you came to share.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Shy-Light's been together. I've been with the Shy-Lights now for 65 years.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I'm going to go last here and say echo everything everybody said. I also want to add one other thing. I don't know if we're going to get to this song tonight, but back in my day, my family here on the show knows that I was in a pantomime group called The Foundation. Take a look at that. Take a look at that, Marshall. What are you laughing at, bro? One of the first song that we won the 4th of July contest to, we pantomime off a Stone Out of My Mind.
What?
By the Shy-Lights. Yes, we did.
That's our opening song on our show.
We did this.
That's our opening song.
There's two, Marshall. There's two.
Opening and closing, but we love that song, man. We love the song. And that's how far back I go with you, man. I just appreciate you coming back and doing this again. And like Russell said, you remember everything. And like CJ said, I learned a lot. The Jackson 5 too, managing with Joe Jackson. I mean, I didn't think Joe let anybody have any piece of his sons until, that's that we always get that impression. So just thank you for the memories. Thank you for the stories. Thank you for everything. And thank you for still getting out there and doing your thing. And God bless you for that, man. Because
thank you so much. I'll do it long. The good Lord let me do it. I'll be right there doing what I know to do.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, CJ Flash, you want one more song to take us home?
Yeah, the song that you love, Jerry. How about
let's go. Hey.
Baby, when I found out you were lying,
no words.
Playing around and conniving. Undesired tears I was crying, 'cause sugar-coated lies I was buying. I was just a backseat driver in a car of love, going wherever you take me. Don't know why I put up with the pain, 'cause nobody else could make me. You got me going. You got me going. Hey, hey. You got me going.
IRTS Live is brought to you by CDove HR Consulting Group, the human resources specialist, providing personalized service to building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Lifelong Medical Care, offering free vaccines for everyone 12 and over. Call Lifelong at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. Check out gdubdesigns.com to get t-shirts and hoodies that make a statement. Join DJs Big Russ and CJ Flash for the world-famous show live Fridays, noon to 4 Pacific. Catch them on the following social media platforms. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info@irtsshow.com.